Hello, friends. Welcome to episode number 25 She Thought She Could, So She Did podcast. It's your girl, Tiny Tab, checking in. So excited to make it to 25. 25 is half of 50. 25 is a quarter of 100. 25, 25, 25. And we're talking about serving time. So don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. Don't be alarmed. This episode is not at all about jail or anything related to jail. It's about serving time and doing your due diligence in life. So a lot of times people will be very quick to judge someone's chapter 1 to their chapter 10, to someone's chapter 12, just comparing and contrasting when comparison kills creativity, comparison kills dreams, comparison just kills. So if you are being bitten by the comparison bug, just swat it off, just pop it, hit it, get it away from you, get it away from your life. Do not allow comparison to kill your creativity or kill your dreams. Put your head in the game and do what you have to do for your well-being, for your career, for your personal life, for your mental well-being, for your business, for your brand, for your nonprofit, for whatever it is that you are working on. Put your head in the game and worry about that. Do not worry about comparing and contrasting to someone else's life. How in the world does that relate to serving time, Tabitha? Glad you asked, because I'm about to tell you. You have to serve your time. And I am all here for getting mentors and business coaches and life coaches and participating, get my words out, participating in masterminds and certificate programs and getting master's degrees and even PhDs and all types of things to enhance you as a person, as a professional, and all of those good things. But you still have to serve your time. Unfortunately, there is no way to skip forward in certain elements. For example, in business, if you've only been a business owner for one day, it's no way to jump from 1 day to 10 years. You have to serve your time. You have to learn. There are certain things that you learn in the process. There are certain things that only experience can teach you. There are certain scenarios that I don't care how many case studies you do, how many theories you run into, how much data you read through and all of that, you will not understand until you go through it. There are certain challenges that experience is legitimately the only teacher that can thoroughly teach you in such a way that you are able to learn and then apply the knowledge back to the next situation. For example, I took an awesome class called Leading People while I was doing my MBA program. And we did all types of scenarios as it related to difficult employees as well as difficult employers. We were doing simulations and a lot of great hands-on things to give you a feel for what it would be like. For some of my colleagues, they had never worked in any sort of professional realm. They went from high school to undergrad straight into the MBA program. And so for them, there was some challenge in the simulations because they wanted to bring some unrealistic situations to the front. And it was one of those things where my professor would just chuckle because she was just like, life got a teacher. And it was so cute how she would say it because honestly, it was situations that were presented that their rationale was just off the wall and unrealistic, and I would just laugh because I'm like, wait until you get in a situation where it is very similar to this, and it's hard. For example, leading people when you're in a management role and you're the people who report to you are younger than you or they've been at the company longer than you, there is a barrier that is it's hard to break down, honey. It's different. It's challenging. I was about 18 or 19 when I was in my first supervisory role, and all of my reports, every single one of them, were older than me. I had people who would say, I got children your age and stuff like that. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome, but I'm the boss, okay? And I'm going to have to let you know that this is how this is going to go. And it's so interesting that a friend and I were just talking about that a few weeks ago in her living room, we were talking about a lot of things, but we were talking about just bitter people who are angry, people who aren't happy with where they are in life. And sometimes there's no cure to that because they've just lived in that negative space for so long, and it's so hard to just get out of it. But let's climb away. Let's climb away from that and go back to talking about serving time. So I've been speaking since I was a very little girl, but in the professional sense, since about 2012, 2013, after I finished my undergraduate tenure at Coastal Carolina University. And a lot of times when I'm speaking to new professional speakers or aspiring professional speakers, aspiring professional speakers, they are so opposed to pro bono work, which means free. They are so opposed to traveling to speak and sometimes not being compensated, or spending their own money on gas, or giving what I like to call a love donation. For those of you who may not understand what a love donation is, it's when someone pays you just whatever, they give you whatever, and you just kind of do it on a whim and a prayer, and they give you a love donation. A lot of times speakers are so against that, and I'm like, sometimes you have to serve your time. Guess what? You need some footage. So you need to get in front of some people and speak so you can have some footage, so you can have some photos. And I'm not saying speak for free everywhere. I'm not telling you to fly across the country and speak for free. I'm not telling you that you always have to do free stuff. What I am telling you is that you got to serve your time, and you may have to do some free gigs. I know some people that jumped straight into the profession and their first gig was $1,000. First gig was $10,000. Bet you bid. Try at it. But if that does not work for you, sometimes you have to do things that you get paid in such a way that it's not money. You're paid in experience. Maybe you're getting a trial run, and if you screw up, at least, they aren't spending a lot of money. Or it's a small crowd, and so if you mess up, you can pivot in such a way that you can't when it's 1,000 or 10,000 people. So I go through that, and in one of my coaching programs, I really talk about how you have to build up your platform, and sometimes doing those gigs that are either free or less than what you want to charge will lead to gigs that are of high ticket value, because you never know who's in the audience. Furthermore, once you get video footage and you get recordings and you're able to make graphics and do all types of things, make speaker kits and press releases and things like that, you can get those things out there and land some great gigs. There's so much out there, but you have to be willing to serve your time. Just like young graduates, they think, okay, I graduated, I got a job, I don't really like it, let me go get my master's, maybe that'll help me advance my career a little more quickly, a little more rapidly. And it very well might. You may get a better position or a few more $1,000s because you got your master's, but you still have to serve your time. There is going to be positions that require 7 years of progressive experience, 5 years of progressive experience, showing that you are willing to commit yourself and move up consistently. You are willing to dedicate yourself and learn through experience before trying to take a jump, take a leap, and skip over things. Serving your time in ministry, serving your time. You have to serve your time for a certain amount of time to get your own church. You have to serve your time a certain amount of times before you go from coordinator to assistant director to director. You, even in business, even if you are the business owner and you make your own title, CEO, I'm the boss, then and a third, you have to serve your time before you don't have to work that hard. You have to serve your time before the residuals start coming in. In real estate, you have to serve your time. You have to sell properties. You have to do what you have to do until you can sit home and collect the check automatically each month without having to get up. So serve your time. Don't be afraid of experience, because it has to come. Like I said at the beginning of the episode, if you start a business tomorrow, you are going to be a day one business owner until you serve 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. You can't rush that part. You can take classes, certifications, do all the things, like I said earlier, to enhance you as a person and to help you have a different level of expertise than maybe someone else, or you may be more competent, or you might know more, but you can't rush time. So serve your time, and in serving your time, remain humble, remain hungry, and don't give up in the process. So many times we are so close to the next level, but we give up simply because we're sick of serving time. So don't get sick of serving time. All right, take this little message from Tiny Tab and don't get sick of serving time. Episode 26, I think we might have a guest, but I'm not sure. You'll see next week. It was amazing being in your earbuds or in your car or in your shower or wherever you might be while listening to the She Thought She Could, So She Did podcast. Until next time, see ya!